Okay, folks, so today what we're going to look at right here is how to figure out the slope of a line if you're given 2 points. And here's 2 points right here, the 1, 2, and the 7, 6. And just before we begin, I'll just quickly show you, before we talk about the formula, how to do this without graphing. I just want to show you really briefly if we were to graph this, okay? So 1, 2 is 1 over and 2 up. You'd put a point right there. And then 7, 6, well, you'd go 7 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 6 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we would get this. And if we wanted to, we wouldn't need the formula that I'm about to show you if you could just graph this and just figure out the rise and the run. Here's the rise, here's the run. And then you would know the slope, okay? But we're going to do this without the need to graph right now. We're going to use a formula, okay? The formula is really the difference in the y value. So the y value way up here minus the y value down here. If we subtract those two, we'll have the distance. And the x value right here and the x value right here. And that would give us the run. So what we're going to do right now is use this information to get the slope of this line. So here we go. Remember, the x value comes first, and the y value comes second. We have two coordinates here. So let's say x1, y1. That little line there might look confusing to you, so I'm going to get rid of that. So x1, y1, and then over here we have x2, y2. And what we're going to do is use this formula. Okay, slope is equal to the rise over the run. And what we're going to do is find out the rise by taking the y2, or this value right here, this 6, and subtract y1, which is this value 2 right here. We're going to put that over x2 minus x1. So we're going to take 7 and we're going to subtract 1. So let's do that. y2 minus y1, that's 6 minus 2. Over here we have 7 minus 1. Do you see how the points came in there? Okay. 6 minus 2 is 4. 7 minus 1 is 6. Then all we do is reduce the fraction. Reduce the fraction really just means that we have a number that we could divide the top and the bottom by. I think you know all about that stuff by now. 2 is going to be the number that's going to divide both of these. And so we're going to get 4 divided by 2 is 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Folks, this is our slope. The rise is 2 and the run is 3. Does that make sense? Well, on this graph over here, you'll see that, let's see if it makes sense. The rise is 2 and the run is 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It does make sense. Okay, when you reduce a fraction, you don't get this big triangle here. It just makes a smaller one. So let's try this formula with 2 more questions just so you can practice, okay? And then after that, you should practice on your own. So slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? So this is x1, y1. Over here is x2, y2. That just helps you know which numbers to put where. Okay? So y2 is 6. y1 is 1. x2 is 4. x1 is negative 3. So you're going to go minus negative 3. Now if you've watched my video on integers, you'll know that when you see a negative and another negative, what's going to happen is this is going to become a positive. And hopefully you've watched in the past my video on how to add or subtract integers. Okay? So 6 minus 1 is 5. And 4 minus negative 3. It's 4 minus negative 3 is really 4 plus 3, okay? Which is 7. This cannot be reduced. This is our slope, folks. We've got our slope. Okay, let's do one more question together. And I'm not sure if you can hear all the noise in the background of my house here, but hey, I'm going to keep plowing through. Okay, let's just start really quickly by going x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, and let's use the formula. Slope, you've seen this so many times now, you might even have it memorized. x2 minus x1. Here we go. 7 minus 3, and on the bottom we have negative 9 minus 7. Okay, 7 minus 3 is 4. Now again, it's integers, okay? It's negative 9 minus 7, which is negative 16. We can reduce this, and also with fractions, the negative sign usually isn't left on the bottom, okay folks? The negative sign usually is just right there, and then you write down the reduced fraction right here. That's often how math textbooks will have it. The other option that math textbooks will do is stick the negative sign up with the numerator, okay? So what number can 4 and 16 be divided by? Well, if you're good at your times tables, you'll know that 4 divided by 4 is 1. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So it's negative 1/4. That is our slope. You know that that line's going to be going downhill, negative 1/4. In fact, if you wanted to, you could graph it to verify that this is true. But I'm not going to do that because I'm trying to keep this video short. I can tell you that if you go to the Khan Academy, they do have practice on this stuff. And you can test to see if you know how to use. This is called the slope formula, okay? You've just learned how to use it, but to really verify, you should practice, okay? Good luck.